where you fought a bunch of gorillas with emerging heartless traits.
Yes. Like
You
the ability to kick our ass.
you have 4 of 4 pieces of 8. I mean, you have 4 of the 8 pieces of 8.
Okay,
You are
okay,
halfway there.
Okay, because I thought we had some more to do.
Yeah, you do. You have 4 more to go. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, you have 4 of 8.
I was like, sweet, we have 4 of 8. Yay.
Sorry, I forgot that math. What would you like to do now, other than well, it's gonna take you a while to get to wherever you choose to go anyway, so you have time to long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, long rest. Lots of long rest.
Oh my god, I have like 10 HP.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Hey, Raven.
Yeah.
You mind helping me sleep?
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
I will watch it. I will watch over your dreams, cat person.
Cursor going crazy. Must click sleep macro.
I do not recall what I have to roll to get you into.
to paraphrase Vicini, thank you, Dream Man.
I'd say you don't roll anything. You're just giving him advantage on his roll.
Which I very much appreciate, because as you see, I only made it because of your dream control.
I don't see.
Oh,
but
right.
I say he will not see all session probably.
No, it's only 50 minutes to the house.
Okay.
So I'm in Virginia.
Okay.
That was probably the last dead zone. Knock on wood.
Just gonna reset your stuff here.
Oh, there he is. Get him! Get him! Go get him! Why are you not getting him? What good are you if you're not going to get the ones who are fucking speeding? Sorry.
Yes. What would you guys like to do? Where would you like to go? Or what have you?
Is this... Am I even in this considering I'm having a long rest, or...?
It's up to you. Do you want to do this before the long rest? Do you guys want to take the long rest and decide in the morning? I mean, this is what I'm asking. I'm trying to establish what's going on.
Yeah, we can take the long rest and decide in the morning.
Do we really want to stay near an island that has,
Well, I mean, we can take turns. We can take turns at the helm.
Oh, yes.
That we can.
You can take turns at the helm. You still need to decide a course.
Yeah.
We've been using the Vicini axe navigation seems to have served us well.
Actually, another question. I think we can do a little bit of both in some ways. Is there an island that's particularly closer to us, or a point that is closer to us? Just curious.
Given that I have been rolling these islands distances at random, give me a moment. I can tell you that.
Completely fair. Sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. It just means that instead of rolling, one island, I got to roll 4.
Dun 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 dun. Dun. No, that's Mario.
That's it. You're looking for Wind Waker or something here.
I was going for Star Tropics, because that's what's coming into my head right now.
Island 2 is 4 days away. That is your closest.
Okay. So, it's the closest one, and this will also be a weird... It's just I was trying to figure out if there was a way to head to a quote-unquote neutral area that, like, could like give a day or travel like heading in one direction that wouldn't take us further from any of the others. Just curious.
At this point, with you're looking at either 4 days back-ish. It's perpendicular to your current, to the course you would have taken to get here,
Right.
or the other islands. So islands 1 and 2 are kind of near each other. Islands 3 and 4 are kind of near each other.
Okay.
In terms of like arc you would have to travel in.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I will at least, if we wish, all hospitals suggest that we head towards islands 1 and 2. That way, we have at least like a day of travel of deciding, okay, do we truly wish to head to these 2 locations, and then.
Or which of the 2 you
Just-
want to head to.
Well, yeah.
Just
Exactly.
to confirm, did we already get the one out of the ocean?
No, the underwater one is still underwater.
Which number is that?
That would be number 4 at this point. It started as number 8, but it's now number 4 because you guys have done other ones. It is also the furthest away.
Oh, I thought 4 was the closest.
Island
Yes,
2
no.
is 4 days away. Island 4 is
Oh,
15
okay.
days away.
Okay, yeah, let's go to 1 and 2. I'm totally down with that.
To at least start heading that way, and then we can pat that down further after everybody has a day of rest. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
sounds good.
Brian, you good? Is that a good idea?
He's getting some bubble tea right now.
Yeah, that's Brian's AFK.
True. Brian, David, is that cool with you?
Yeah, it's
Alamar.
it's cool to the.
Yes.
cool to the
Alamar.
player.
Is that good? Okay. Set course for. We'll set course for the 2 islands, and then from 1 and 2, and then from there we'll decide where we want to go. Where shall the blood flow next?
Alright. Roll some weather percentiles here. Ooh, close, but you guys are okay. No Krakens for you.
Horses!
So the evening it passes uneventfully, bringing you into the morning of day 2.
Okay. Well,
Oh, I think that it's the way the way that I'm helping him is I'm taking him into the dreamscape, yeah?
I believe that's what you guys decided, yeah.
Oh, okay. He needs to roll on the dream table to see what he dreamed about. But I don't know if he's got that table handy.
no, I don't have the table.
Yeah, so yeah, we don't have that up.
I can pull it up, but roll me 2D100s, please. One for you, one for me.
65 for me, 95 for you.
Heck yes, I'll take a 95. I don't even know what it is, but it's good. 65, I think, is neutral. So, Gambler, Dreamwalker. There we go. Dum da dum da dum. Pulling stuff up while I'm driving. This is fun. I miss 5G. I've only had it for 5 minutes, but I miss it already. How did we ever live on 4G LTE before? It's so much slower.
I'll take your word on that.
I'm halfway kidding. I feel like there's not much difference. But probably would have loaded this document faster. Okay.
stepping away for a quick moment. Should we come to the vote, I will vote for Island 2, should we come to that decision. But wherever the party wishes to go, we shuffle.
65. Ungodly amounts of penguins dressed up as knights clashed in an epic battle before your eyes. Creatures cannot have advantage on weapon attacks made against you.
Excellent. The penguins have taught me well.
95. Searching a stone... Hold on. Doing a big sweep. Searching a stone library buried deep underground, you find a book that contains every spell. You can cast one spell of your highest level without expending a spell slot. I don't know what that means.
You get one free spell casting at your highest level.
Okay, so I don't have to spend mana?
Yeah, so you get 1 mana free casting of a spell at the highest level you can cast.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. That's done. So whenever I see Oliver in the morning, I'm gonna be like, how'd you sleep?
Lots of penguins.
Oh, the penguins.
Lots of penguins.
I've been there before.
They were everywhere.
Did the Emperor penguins win or the King penguins win this time?
I gotta go with the Empire. Penguins.
There. The Empire always wins.
Ugh. It was so weird.
Until the Rockhopper Rebellion shows up.
Wait, what?
You'll have to go back and see the penguins again. I imagine it's better than your nightmares anyway.
Oh yes, much, much better than that.
You awaken a little stronger than before because you learn from the penguins. Maybe they will help you conquer your nightmares.
You know, maybe, just maybe. Maybe the penguins were fairly majestic.
Sussex County. So we're going to Island 2.
Well, you are currently on course for Island 2. Greg would like to continue to Island 2.
I second. Unless there's a major objection and they want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm totally okay with that as well, as long as we leave me on Island 3 while you guys come back and get me, double back and pick me up after number 4 is done.
Oh, I'm okay with Island 2. Man, at least much better than it would have been yesterday.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of surprised that shadowy monkeys didn't show up in my dreams last night, to be honest. It looked like something from the dream realm.
Man, I don't know what was up with those gorilla things. I mean, I haven't encountered anything that strong in, it feels like, in a while.
I have a big...
Probably.
Sorry, go ahead.
Probably hasn't been that long. I mean, we did fight a couple of our doppelgangers that were that strong.
I don't count them. I don't count them. We're talking about gorillas.
Oh, you fought gorillas before?
Well, we almost fought some gorilla ape things, and then we didn't. So.
You're talking about the alternate reality, where we did fight the gorilla things.
Huh?
But
What?
I must be talking about a dream.
Yeah.
well, either way, I think it's the beginning of either that the Heartless are coming, or that the influence is beginning, which means an obelisk will show up sooner or later, hypothetically,
True.
and then we'll go from there.
Wonder how powerful of a wish these things are gonna get us.
Did we ever decide exactly what it was that we were going to wish?
I don't think anyone's discussed it.
Well, I would think maybe going to, well, wherever they're I'll think for a moment. Okay. We know that the stars have been leaking out. Are there any others left?
No, as of last session, you are officially out of stars.
Well then, I guess we should wish to go to the world of their end goal.
That is true. That is a possibility of a wish.
The world of their end goal? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, if there's no more stars, and we haven't encountered an obelisk here yet, then doesn't that mean that there's something we're missing?
Well, that's because they haven't started here yet, assumably.
I mean, if the wish is powerful enough, we could wish all life and stars, wish the universe back to normal. We'd save everyone.
That is a possibility. Time's also a good thing. Stepping back in time. I don't know. That one's a bit more nuanced, and as a bard, and as a rule, genies are usually rather strict with wording. Usually.
I suppose wishing life back into existence. What happens to us if we're not actually alive?
If it means others can live, I'll live for that.
It's fair.
Or I suppose I won't live with that.
I won't stand for it, but I will dust for it. Be like the end of that one movie, Revengers.
Return of the Revenge with a vengeance.
Concerning the idea of going back in time, do we really know enough? We've only encountered them. We don't exactly know what their movements were.
No.
Out of character. Just a real quick thought on this time travel stuff. Tristan, if we go back in time, do we have to play the entire campaign over again?
Won't know until you try it.
were to go back in time, go back into character, if we were to go back in time, their numbers will definitely be stronger.
True, but
That is
depending
true.
on the phrasing of the wish, so would we.
Indeed. But again, that's if we have that.
The entire idea sounds really dangerous to me. I don't think we know enough.
True. Exactly. And that's why I'm not particularly comfortable with giving that wish.
Mm.
Well,
Darkness cannot exist where there is light. Sorry, I just felt like saying something very badass right there.
well, I personally think the wish should be focused something along the lines of
Finding where they go.
maybe something along the lines of wishing that we could arrive at the villain's location with enough time to stop them. I mean,
I have a feeling if we wish the universe back into existence, I have a feeling they'll come looking for us.
Hypothetically. However, for Alamon, then you have to consider if they're together or not. And if they all aren't, well, then it gets a bit dicey. As for wishing life back to the universe, then it's a whole thing of so how it originally was before we came, or will it take it as, or is life already still there? It's just that it's consumed by darkness, and all that is only heartless. Or a new form of heartless, as it were. A new living being. New living beings and such. There is the possibility, though, especially with all these obelisks and such, that we could see if it's a matter of transport, of the obelisks acting as a transporter of some sort, or something, that perhaps we can find the main location of where they're all going, or something like that.
Well, we know for a fact that my doppelganger murdered an entire village of people. We saw the bodies.
That is true, but there's difference, though, with... It could be that their souls still exist, and we can bring those back to corporeal form. There's a lot of metaphysical... There's a lot of physical and metaphysical things part of it, I believe, but I don't know enough to give either or.
Too bad that we don't have anywhere to study anything.
well, have we really looked at if anyone else is trying to investigate the Heartless? I mean, we're chasing them, not so much investigating them. Perhaps there are sages around that could provide some help.
Triss, with all Haas's knowledge thus far, with everything having to do with Heartless and Nobodies and such, does he know if there's a quote-unquote organization or some beings that understand how to truly fight them or such, or oppose them?
Organization 13. Oh, sorry.
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Alright, I was having problems trying to reconnect back to the call.
Oh, wait.
It's fine.
Sorry.
We've just been doing a bunch of really fun RP.
Oh, okay.
And actual problem solving of some sort. Trying to figure out a plan. 25.
From what you recall, there's not a specific organization that has dealt with this. That said, usually when heartless incursions have been known to happen, the story goes that it typically falls to the whatever religious organization happens to be around at the time.
Okay.
This is generally...
From what I recall of the studies, there's no unified force, as it were. No organization or group specifically to investigate or destroy them. It's more of whoever's on the scene at the time. But a fair question nonetheless. Because we can't truly be the only ones who have looked into this, but that being said, though, considering the no more stars, well, unless there are those beyond our stars, I don't think we're going to find anyone else besides on this world. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I would imagine not. Without a sun to keep a world warm, it's just cold. But,
Wishes really
Really
are a
want-
tricky thing, aren't they?
yeah.
Well, either way, we have a few days. We have more to think on it. Maybe one of the islands will give some insight.
Maybe
Well-
the answer will come in the islands or in a dream.
Perhaps. Should fate be so kind. We shall see.
Alright, well. That is all. It'll be another 3-ish days of travel.
Blind mice. 3.
Okay. In that case, could.
I wonder if I'm gonna get home before Brian does.
I will.
It
continue
depends. When are
my
you? How
sneak
long did
training.
you go?
You said it was how many days?
3.
20 minutes.
I
20
am.
days or 49.
I'm at J. Sergeant Reynolds downtown, so I'll be home in about 5.
Ah. Almost beat you home.
Yeah. I was having yeah, I had to just take care of a handful of things, but so we're trying to find the next world, or
No, you're on the right world.
Yeah, we were having deep conversation about what the wish should be whenever we find the pieces of 8. How to word wish, etc.
I am half expecting to have to fight a djinn.
Okay. Well, dawn. It's called early morning of the 4th day. A island with a single large peak on the western side comes into view. Woodlands cover most of its surface. However, it appears to be broken up somewhere towards the middle. Via the spyglass, you can make out a small collection of primitive huts surrounding from what appears to be a large mast sticking up in the center of the village. What draws your attention, though, is the odd green glow emanating from the top of the mast. You can make out a few people moving around, amongst the huts. Appear to be relatively humanoid.
Alrighty. All we gotta do is make friends with the natives, find the piece of 8, get the fuck out. Simple enough.
Using the periscope. No, not periscope.
Telescope.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, you could get a periscope for your boat. I don't know how useful that is, but
Oh.
Well, we can fly, so we can say dive.
Oh, brain. Ow. I'm sorry, wow.
that's fine.
Whew, yeah. Who wants to use a telescope to take a closer look at it before we head there? And there's also a green
Periscope?
glow. No, telescope. It's just you. And you said there's a green glow from the mast?
There's a glowing green, what appears to be a green glow coming from the top of the mast at the center of the village.
So yeah, does anyone want to use the telescope to take a look at that? Because that's highly suspect.
Is anyone good with perception?
I cannot recall what I am good at right now.
Just a little bit.
I know I only have +3.
Now that I'm actually rested, thanks, Raven, I can take a look. I
Yeah.
don't need my coffee today.
Guidance. D4,
Oh, awesome.
if I may.
Yeah, guys, no rush to you guys can set up your timetable just as long as you do it before he rolls.
Does
Yeah.
Is there not a global modifier for skill?
There is, but you have to turn it on.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Yeah, show global skill modifier. That's already on.
Oh, it's in a weird place. I remember that. It's up near your saving throws, I think.
Oh, wait, global skill modifier.
Yeah,
there
there
we
is.
go.
As I remember, it's not where you would expect it to be.
That is weird. I thought it would have been like
With the
freaking-
skills?
The skills, yeah, okay. Am I rolling normal? I'm rolling at disadvantage right now. No, I actually got sleep. I don't need this shit. Give me 0 and 0 exhaustion. Okay, let's get her done. I swear I'm good at this, guys. I swear I'm good at this.
Did you suck at this?
You rolled a 15. I wouldn't say you sucked at it.
Well, when my passive is 25.
Let's see. You were able to spot what I described before. You're able to make out that the villagers appear to be dressed in a mix of simple leather hides and other coverings made from reed, rope, or leaves. You're able to make out numerous fruit-bearing trees and bushes all over the place.
That's fruity, guys.
Can you tell me what my perception modifier is?
Yeah, one moment.
Let's see. Make out, small fenced areas with looks like like little farming plots.
Do they look relatively peaceful? Like, am I seeing everyone carrying a weapon, or does there seem to be a police force roaming around, or is it just I'm dudes, guys?
2d8, 2d8 plus 1d, or 2 plus 1d8, Matt.
Okay, so I'm proficient. Can I try? Take a look.
Let me finish describing first. Let's see. Got small animals wandering about. There's a group of adults on the far side that appears to be constructing a new hut. Group of children playing in the water. Don't see anything beyond like the basic, hunter with spear type.
I'm not seeing anything unusual here. Just
What about that green
hunter-gatherer
glow?
kind of things.
If you assuming you pass the scope to Raven,
Anyone want this?
Raven can make an attempt at rolling.
What about
Yeah.
that green glow we're seeing?
Here you go.
Push the lever, Kronk.
Who's that to?
That's to you.
Whoever's
Okay.
rolling for you, both of you can do it.
Okay.
I will go with normal dice rolls because we all know how to roll 20x for me.
God damn.
How did I see?
Hold on. Working on it.
Speed trap ahead.
You have passed more speed traps in like 2 hours than I did the entire trip from here to Wisconsin.
Okay, 17 is going to give you the same information I gave David.
Aw.
Could someone get a sight on that green glow, whatever it is?
I tried. It's a green glow.
As I at this range, you're not able to make out any details about the mast or the glow.
Hmm. I'll give it a shot.
Should have given me guidance with myself.
My gosh, that proficiency dice. Guidance. Okay. All hosts will specifically try to look for that green glow. Like, what the hell is that? That's
It's probably not important. Might be what they're worshiping as their god. Probably like the piece of 8.
I don't.
Same information.
Curse it! Okay. Well,
You get the idea, the feeling that it's just not a good angle from the boat.
fair enough. Well,
They look peaceful enough.
true.
Vicini, please don't fight any of them unless they fight us first.
But yes, let's start heading in. Closer we get, closer we'll be able to identify that damn thing.
I would like Vicini to acknowledge that.
Sorry, I was in the middle of the but I switched over. I switched over from. Is there a firefly in my house? I just saw you. Glow, bitch. Glow. Fuck you. Okay, sorry. Masi, I heard you, but then started switching over to Wi-Fi, and I didn't hear what you said. You said I would like for Vicini, and then it just leaked out.
Um,
She missed the most important
Vicini.
part of that question.
yeah, Vicini, please don't attack the natives unless they attack us first.
Okay.
What's he doing up there?
The Firefly is up there because he's afraid Daddy's gonna kill him.
He's heard of you.
Then he has stepped into the wrong domain. But I don't harm fireflies.
What?
I don't harm
I just frowny
fireflies.
face.
I've been told they are
Oh.
good luck. I will not harm you.
And this is the new hotness?
Yeah, that's a new Honda.
Ah, shit.
Have you updated recently?
Yeah.
Go, 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 go. I'm gonna get in front of this truck.
For more information, please. Let's see. Stop code page fault in non-paged area.
It sounds like a. It sounds like a memory fault.
Over.
Yes, the GM will need a minute while his computer reboots, because, yeah.
Oof.
Well, I guess we can
Oof.
assume that we're heading like closer to the island within
Yeah,
code range.
you are moving closer to the island. As you move closer, I can tell you, because I remember this, that the islanders do take notice of the vessel coming and seem to be waving, at it, and, one
In
would
friendly
presume-
manner.
Yeah, in a friendly manner. Yeah, it's like a passive insight check will tell you it's they seem to be waving and greeting.
Okay.
Oh. Cool.
Is it a sign of paranoia that I find it strange that they are so friendly considering our other interactions?
And a group of them seems to be moving to down to the shoreline.
What do you mean? We met friendly people on the other island.
You mean the castaways?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Get
they
Gil
needed our
and the
help.
professor.
Well, not really. Some people can just go on their own, and well, especially with cultures that I imagine with how the islands go, I imagine they get many a travel at least,
Yeah,
even their own ships and such. So
weird trainer
not
types
far.
going around with their little monsters trying to do weird challenges.
yeah, I'm exactly Hawk. Yeah. And I mean, hell, most societies are rather amicable.
Besides, they probably just hang out and sing about coconuts and how no one leaves the island.
And I'm back online. Awesome.
I will be on the line in approximately, well, I will be at the house in 6 minutes. I am getting on 150 now. Whee! Go.
Smiles on their faces and large fruits in their arms.
That's not a very nice way to say that they're gay.
I didn't write the module.
They put the lime in the coconut and drink it all.
That one wasn't even on the map!
That just well, you know how the map
passed-
works, right? Somebody has to report it, which means nobody's seen it yet to report it.
I want to report it, but I can't report it on Android Auto. It's annoying. I want a little button so I can report them.
So, how are you guys wishing to proceed?
I guess head within normal distance.
Am I still the talker one? I think I'm still the talker one.
I think you're the closest to a talker the party has, anyway. I know you didn't spec into social skills this time.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
the talker
deception
because I have
and
charisma.
performance. I can
Yep.
tell a good tale.
Allhouse is a decent pupil person.
I have 18 in charisma. I think I've got 18 in charisma.
You do.
What?
19. But the only thing that would make us a tiny bit better is only the D4, but that is only
I can also give my.
Yes, I recognize guidance. It's more the bard jack of all
I
trades
have
thing.
guidance as well.
Oh no, it's the
Ah.
bard expertise thing. Yep. That's the only thing. But we can trade
I
off.
forgot you were a bard. Yeah. Well, so I suggest that myself and Ohas go ahead, and the rest sort of remain with the boat to make sure the boat doesn't get sabotaged, and keep an eye on us from the boat.
Well, I'd prefer to be within range to guard you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's easier to
before
go.
we leave,
Cool.
tag and Arkham on the boat.
Like you guys normally have been doing. That works.
And Vicini and Alimer stay at range.
The four of us go. The four of us go, and we'll just go from there. We row ashore, and should there be things need done, well, we'll give the word that the jig is up. That a fair thing?
I'll send one of I'll send one of my if y'all hear loud rock music playing, it's a sign that we need saving.
Qua?
I'll use one of my what are they called? I can't remember what they're called right now. But one of my things that you guys can't see
Your figments.
that are with me. Figments, thank you. That are floating around that I can see but you guys can't.
Nice.
I have all these figments that I never get to use. Perfect time. We'll use a figment to signal if things go bad. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are making our final descent.
You guys assemble your away party. The water is relatively calm, so you can make it ashore without any issues that require rolling.
Oh, that's good. I'm not about that life.
It's a relatively calm day. As soon as you set foot on land, you are greeted warmly as the shore party runs up to greet you, handing out offering up the fresh and tantalizing fruits that they were carrying, as well as the odd bit of recently cooked fish from a grill that they've set up on shore.
Oh damn!
Children surround you and start chittering questions at you, and it's at that moment you realize you have no idea what the hell they're saying.
Wait, do we have a monk?
No! Y'all forgot the monk! Thank God for that. Fucking monks. Even if you had a monk, I don't think your eyes are high enough level for the monk to do the monk thing.
No, it was just more of a joke.
No, but
What languages do I know?
That's the catch-22. If I could take a long rest, I could understand them.
You know what? I would like to. I take it the coast is standard beach versus say hard rock or.
Yeah, I mean there's the odd rock around, but for the most part it's soft sandy beach.
Okay, I would like to write into the ground using words. 2 + 2 equals, and then have a question mark. I'm phrasing it as a word problem to see if they can understand common.
That's
You do that.
It's
They
an
look at you
interesting
confused,
approach.
and then the children laugh and get their own sticks and just start doing random doodles like stick people and stuff.
Good try, Alamar.
Well, there we go then.
No, it was a good try.
The ultimate tool for the GM, the language barrier.
Language barrier? Yes. Vassini is master of languages. 1 second.
Actually, considering the entire thing that happened in Wonderland, yes, she is a cultural expert.
1 second. I
I
will
guarantee
solve.
Cassini does not speak racist Uka Chaka, island people language.
That's you. I'm dumb enough to accidentally speak it by default.
There's no defaulting languages in 5e. You don't have a linguistic skill.
They speak the language
don't
of my
need a lin-
people.
I don't
What?
need a
They do,
linguist.
yes, the language of having 9 intelligence.
I could.
I think I know where he's going, because I think it's the same feat Ro has, but I'm waiting to see if that's where he actually lands.
I speak bullshit. I like to attempt to talk to them, and since my intelligence is low enough, maybe, just maybe, I try to speak some language, and I end up speaking like it by accident.
Which reminds me, there's a feat in the third-party compendium now that gives you bonuses for low intelligence.
Yay!
Yes. You may want to look into it next level up.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Considering I got considering I got the last fighting-based thing that's actually useful for my class, considering where we plan on stopping, then yes, that probably would be something I should invest in. But okay, see character sheet. I'm gonna make sure that I don't. I mean, I know I have a ton of things that are gonna kind of fuck me over on this, but let's see. Okay, Mark, battle eager. Are we trying to use diplomacy?
Yes.
They're kids.
Well, there's
And
adults there,
other
too.
people.
Yeah.
Is this diplomacy, or are we just trying to talk to them?
I can't understand a thing they say, man.
And I'd say they're speaking gibberish, and the kids seem to be asking you random questions. You're not sure. The adults are just shoving fish and fruit at you.
Okay.
Well, it is fish. I mean,
They seem friendly
Ooh.
enough, but
I can't complain
I'm
about the
going-
fish.
that's racist.
You said the adults are shoving food at us.
Yeah, the adults are like handing food to you guys, like large fruits, fried fish.
It's not
I will
racist.
The kids are just kind of like tugging on your clothing and asking
I will
questions.
eat
You
it.
think?
It's not racist as the cat says it.
Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Okay.
Oh no.
Yes.
I am afraid.
Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Okay. So languages. All right. What do I roll for languages? Just
You don't roll anything for languages. There's not a skill roll.
okay. So what do I roll to try and speak to them?
You tell me. What are you trying to roll?
Okay. They're primitive, right?
They appear to be semi-primitive, anyway.
Okay. And they are offering us food.
The adults are offering you food. The children, again, are like tugging on your clothing and asking you appear to be asking you random questions.
Okay. What are the adults doing after they hand us food? Do they like?
They haven't gotten that far. We haven't gotten past that point yet.
So they're just bringing food up to us.
When the boat landed, they came up. Everybody swarmed. The kids started, being kids. The adults were just kind of like giving you offerings of, fruit and plates of leaves with grilled fish on them. It
Okay.
appears to be some form of friendly greeting.
Okay.
After that, we have not gotten past
Yeah.
that part of
Yeah,
initial
David
dialogue.
tried communicating with them with math, but yeah, that went about as well as you would expect.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it. I got it exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's see.
Isn't in do prime numbers.
Cool. I'll say, here we go. Vicini, ideals, the greater good. It is each person's responsibility to make the most happiness for the whole tribe. I'll say Vicini will walk up to the offering, and she will put her hands on her hips. I think we're their gods now.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say she will hold up her hand. She will hold up her hand towards them.
I will tell you, even without an insight check, it does not appear to be reverence.
Does it appear to be fear?
No.
Just sheer.
As they just seem to be being friendly.
Here's a
Okay.
question.
I'm gonna say
Is it friendliness with a slant of bribery? Like they are being nice in the hope that we will then do something to repay the debt of them being nice?
That might require an insight check.
Okay.
Right now, I don't know how much this means to any of you, but it looks like the primitive equivalent of the stereotypical island greeting when like people go to Hawaii and they just bombard you with the coconuts and stuff.
I know not. This is what I get for having good sleep. I know not.
Yeah, you just.
I'll give a shot at that because it does make sense. Because
Vicini no need insight. Vicini what's going on. Vicini will pound her chest twice and hold her fist out in the air. It was like she was like Apache Chief, Ine Chuck.
Who is in my sheet?
I am.
Vicini will make a gesture to her biceps, and it was like big strong. It was like big strong, and she'll point. It was like big strong, and she'll point to Raven, and be like big sexy, and then she'll point. She'll point to point to our house. It was like big brain.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm gonna say she'll point to Alimer, and it was like big kitty. She'll tap on her chest and like Vicini. I'm saying she'll reach down and she'll point at like one of the older people, and then and she'll point at herself again. She'll be like Vicini, and she'll like tap their chest to see if they respond back.
Ellipses.
I have this feeling that Tristan's just sitting there shaking his head.
Also, there will be an 18 insight to see what kind of greeting this is. What kind of atmosphere and meaning behind it, if
How did you
possible.
roll a 1, David?
Roll 20.
Statistically, you should have rolled a nat 20 by now.
I am me. You should know this by now. Man, you've seen me roll real dice, and I get the exact same damn thing.
I'm going to attempt to roll persuasion. I'm gonna say, do I need a persuasion roll to get them to try to say their name after I say my name?
Persuasion at disadvantage.
It doesn't matter. I automatically get disadvantage anyway.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you, I already am. I'm already socially awkward.
Exactly. I love having
my
abilities.
secret. I'm always angry.
Technically, if triple disadvantage counted, I'd have that right now. I'll say between dyslexia, stutter, and ill at ease, I basically get disadvantage on almost every single social.
That's a.
All we are is dust in the
Is that
wind,
what you
dude.
meant to put on there?
Oh, no, I meant to actually put an image, but I guess it worked for Greg.
Well, I went. That's because it gave me a link of
Oh,
AS,
it gave
and
you.
I'm like,
Okay, it gave you the link.
all we are is dust in the wind, dude.
What?
You know what? I kind of want to run that campaign at one point of just like the group's excellent adventure.
This would have been amazing if I didn't have disadvantage, because that would have been a nat 20. It would have been great. And it turned into a 13.
I'm gonna lean over to Alimer and whisper and be like, "So, do we want to try to be nice and talk to these people, or should we cast invisibility and
Lots of pots.
just go explore until we find the piece of 8, take the piece of 8, and leave?"
They've been trying to communicate to no avail, though.
Going through your sheets, I'm amazed. There are 2 spells that nobody took.
I suggest we wander around them rather than see if there's maybe a sage that can speak with us, or
Ooh.
a marketplace that may have a coin just for sale that could be useful to us.
Question though, what did the insight gain anything? Just curious.
Nothing beyond what was initially told. Again, they seem to be really friendly. It seems to be a greeting. Basic, welcoming gestures. Some in the back, some of the people in the back seem to be giving, like how, gesturing and whispering to each other, like they might be commenting on how weird you guys look to them.
Of course. Though I think Fazzini was
somewhere
doing
along
a
the
thing.
way, they seem to have progressed to a trying to gesture or indicate, possibly invite, to bring you guys up the beach towards the village.
Okay.
Did the person I tap ever tell me their name?
If they did, you have no idea what they said.
I mean, did they say anything in response?
You've been constantly inundated with speech. None of them have stopped talking.
So even when I tried to tell them my name, they just kept talking over me.
Well, again, it's like a large group of people. Lots of people talking over each other.
Okay.
Between the adults and the children.
Is there any way to focus in on the person who I touched?
You can. Again, you have no idea what they're saying.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
She's wanting a name, I think, more or less.
Like I said, you have no idea if they gave a name. They didn't bump their chest or anything. They just were speaking like everyone else.
Okay, I'm going to assume that whatever that person said after I asked for their name is their name.
I think I know what this is getting at. Is that they said so many words, it's difficult to determine which part of it is the name.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? Okay.
Okay.
Miyamo.
This one I'm going to call Anuga.
Miyamo.
This one's name is Miyamo.
Why is it Spanish? Why do you think it's Spanish?
What's Spanish?
That was to the player you get.
Because it's also a language that I can't speak.
Nadie te pregunta, Benjamin Dale.
Nani?
But yes,
And
they seem to be. But by the sign of it, you said that there were people indicating or inviting us to the village?
Yeah.
Okay.
They seem to be kind of gently pushing or gesturing in an indication that they want you to go that way, yeah.
Oh, I mean, they haven't been hostile so far.
Ah,
Sure,
that village
but
looks
keep-
trustworthy.
That's true, but keep your guards up. Things have looked quaint before, but always bites us in the ass.
And then it
But,
was a dragon turtle.
excuse you, that turtle was a saint and didn't harm anyone except some jellyfish.
I mean, I liked it. I said I wanted us to go back and make it a pet, but everybody was like, no.
Wait, are you talking about the turtle from the
The
far
volcano that turned to be a turtle.
Hmm.
I thought it was cute.
Let's go then. Oh no, we're switching maps too. That means we're gonna fight.
Oh god, there's gonna be more gorillas.
Oh, I like this. I like this little bridge map thingy. Nice, nice. Am I missing us though?
Bottom
No,
right hand.
bottom right.
Hold on now.
I think. No. If this goes to where I think it is, it's like. Hmm.
I don't know where you think it's going, but
The only thing I can say is. Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
okay. As you're making your way up, you can see the glow emanating from the mast that you saw earlier.
Maybe it's scrambling languages. Maybe it's a pirate's curse.
Leading you up and towards town. At the center, making your way up, at the center of the small village, you guys will be able to get your first clear look at the glowing object atop the mast. The mast itself appears to be, have been carved into a totem pole-like structure. A relatively simple design of a single straight log with a variety of images carved into its surface depicting large monstrous beasts with open jaws. Some examples appear to be winged, others demonic. Those with a passive investigation of 18 plus will note that the log mast appears to be too straight for local manufacture. It has a few holes. It also has a few holes and design details which appear regular enough to suggest that it was once a traditional ship's mast. At the peak of the totem is a pair of wooden planks spread out like wings, on either side of which is a set of hooks resembling a brazier, holding a large dark green rock in place about 38 feet off the ground. The green rock emits a pulsing glow which seems to hum at extremely close range to the totem. You guys will eventually be brought before it, where many villagers start to raise their arms towards the rock in veneration.
Okay, a quick thing though for just map thing. Do we all want to be near the mast? Where Alimer is, I
I'd
see.
say that's where they're kind of driving you guys.
Okay, it's just I was going to ask before putting everyone there, because I believe, yay, I do have access. Haha. Boop. We are now all together. Yay. But yes. Okay.
No. Ah.
Is there anything of note besides or anything distinctive besides design that seems off to Alimer or to Alhas? Yeah.
What do you mean? What your design that seems off?
Besides design, for example, like, is there like, for example, a pit where there's like a sacrifice or something like that, or indications of if there is a purpose for it or anything like that?
Not that you're able to see. The map is basically what you're seeing. It, just this little, I'm not even sure if it's technically a peninsula, but this little series of things with little huts on them,
Archipelagos.
people going about their business, typical primitive village life. Again, no bone pits aside from like a small one off to the side that is obviously for like composting and stuff for like whatever parts of like animals they haven't found another use for. Again, you're seeing there's no shortage of meat from what you're seeing because from the small animals and game that you saw running around both in the village and along the shoreline. From what you saw of the people when you were looking at them, there's no sign of like sharpened teeth or anything that might indicate cannibalistic tendencies.
Okay.
And judging by how much fish and fruit they were throwing at you, there's obviously no shortage of food that might cause them to swing that way at a moment's notice.
Right. Okay.
Like so far, the only unusual thing, in the shrine itself seems, pretty common. A type of thing one might see in a primitive culture. Again, basically wooden pole. That probably salvaged from a shipwreck or something that they have, carved into. Like the only weird thing again is the glowing green rock up near the top.
I think that's their god. I say we beat it into submission so that we can become their new deities.
I know it's not being anyone's god.
Could be fun.
We have things to do, Vicini.
And part of being a god is abandoning your people.
Not really.
I was about to say too soon, but then I realized Brian has no knowledge of what's going on in Final Fantasy.
No, really?
But I'll say it's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy has an incredibly bad habit of all of their gods in the series abandoning them.
Thank you. The gods weren't supposed to be a big part of it.
I'm hard pressed to think of any Final Fantasy game where the god either disappeared years ago, died, or came back and turned out to be a dick.
See, I wrote the trope. Fuck you guys.
I've never played it, so I don't know.
I also have not played a Final Fantasy game.
So yes, glowing radioactive rock, racist depiction of primitive island peoples.
Ahas, do you have any insight on this? It looks magical to me.
It's glowing. It's either magic or radioactive. But
Well, there is a somewhat quote-unquote easy way of finding out. Olhas will do many gestures, like flourishing as in a performance, and then bow. And as part of like, let me make sure that's actually a thing for it. Yeah, verbal and somatic, and we'll be kind of muttering something that he will make it seem like it's a prayer of some sort, and kind of bow with our arms open at the end, and cast Identify.
Cool. Make me a deception check first, since it sounds like you're trying to obfuscate that you're casting.
Yep.
Being a large kitty, as Vicini put it, can I aid in the deception? By
Not
simply being
in this. Yes, not really in this case, because it's less about people not focusing on him and more about him selling it.
Okay.
That said, Greg, you must touch the object to do this.
Okay, never mind. I did not know it. Okay. Okay, in order to do that, I have to touch it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's fair. If that's the case... Yeah, since I would have to touch it for that, I will go with detect magic instead because of the particular. Well, actually, before I do that, how close is it to us there?
Well, horizontally, it's about as close as you guys are now, but it is 30 feet above you.
Okay, so it's within range of me. Okay, cool. Then I shall detect magic on my, basically sleight of hand, detect magic on myself, or deception, what have you.
I wonder if that's what's scrambling all the words around here. Maybe if we touch it, we'll be speaking gibberish, but because we'll be speaking gibberish, we'll be able to understand the other gibberish.
Deception.
Yeah, deception to hide it, and
Mhm.
Nice roll.
It won't be as good as identify, but it at least can start getting us somewhere, because I believe it can at least give.
School of Magic, if any.
Yep. So, he will do that.
Okay, you are successfully able to cast. Mark off the mana for casting.
Will do.
There is no particular school of magic on the rock, but it is, you are, again, noting that it is magical. You have confirmed that.
Okay.
And while it is strongly magical, there is a very faint, almost imperceptible hint of magical aura on the villagers as well. Could just be, background radiation from long-term exposure, but
Understood.
it does seem to have left some kind of mark on them.
Seeing the kind of mark or sensing the mark on the villagers as well, I know detect magic can only go so far, but using Olhas's arcane knowledge or perhaps another kind of knowledge, can he tell if it's benevolent or malevolent? Is that a good way of putting it?
Detect magic would not tell you that in this instance because of, again, it doesn't have a school of magic that might give you an indicator.
Understandable.
It's just, again, generic magic, imprinted radiation, for lack of a better term.
Right. Do the villagers and the items share the same magic?
Yeah, the aura that you're seeing on the villagers is a much weaker form of the aura radiating from the rock.
Okay.
Which is why you can probably theorize that the only reason they have that is due to their, long-term proximity to it.
Right.
Which is why I keep equating it to radiation, because that's, again, the best way I can think to analog it.
Right. Would it, with Olhas's knowledge of how magic works, would it be too much of a stretch to say that he could identify, basically, that if he touched a villager for some reason and casted Identify, could he identify the same effect that's on the item, or no? Just
no,
curious.
Because Identify does not work on creatures.
Okay. Fair enough.
There's no scan. Apparently.
Sorry, scan machine broke.
That's it. You will either have to handle the rock itself or take an educated guess based on your knowledge.
You said arcane check?
I said you could, you either have to touch the rock itself or make an educated check based on your knowledge. If you wish to make an arcane check based on that statement, by all means.
Yeah. I think arcane is my best bet.
Okay.
Before hypothetically angering these people with the
I wonder why.
with touching that
Oh
rock.
my God. Okay, so you may make me an Arcana check at disadvantage
Okay.
due to rarity.
Mm. Okay.
And remember, proficiency is rolled at disadvantage as well.
What? Mm.
Well then.
Well then.
Roll
Well
20 is being generous. Let's hope it's as generous with me later. Okay.
Like it's like roll at disadvantage. It must say it's like roll
Wait.
it. Haha.
No,
fuck you.
no,
Roll
no.
at disadvantage.
Sorry. Yeah. That is not the correct one. I apologize.
$27.
Brain, work.
Brain. We are not designed for math.
14. Okay, there we go. Ow.
Still enough. In your time as a planeswalker, you have heard tell of a substance that, fits this description. It is known as Ur's Rock, an exotic and powerful magical substance with great destructive properties. It is extremely dangerous, but extremely valuable.
Dangerous in what way?
Great destructive properties.
How explodey is it?
Yeah, I think it's more of the nature of like, okay, what kind of dangerous?
It is a highly reactive, magically fissionable material.
Semi-phenomenal, nearly cosmic rock.
If you had to hazard a guess, you would say that, should this, substance become reactive in some manner, you are looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 2nd to 4th level magic detonation.
Oh shit.
I will be right back, guys.
Okay.
So, like, something between a slightly buffed Thunderwave and a Fireball.
So we have a rock that's basically damn near stronger than the whole party.
It's in its current state, with suspension and everything. And from what little you know of it, it seems stable for the moment.
Right. And you said it passed. Has it given the effect to the villagers?
From
Oh my God, they're gonna
From
explode
what you
too.
know of it, the ambient aura you are seeing on them again is probably just again like if you hang out near a radioactive substance long enough, you give off radiation yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So they are not, from what you can tell, they are probably not explosive or anything. They're not, you're not going to knock them over and blow up the village. But it's just the ambient background radiation of the village, has kind of got this magical aura on it from long-term exposure to this.
Okay, I think I understand what you mean. Okay, it's not that they're being...
Seemingly from what you're observing, because they come up and basically worship it every day, they've been hanging out with it so long that some of the aura has rubbed off on them.
Right, okay, so it's the aura itself that is roped off, but not the properties,
Right.
At least at this moment. That's what all Haas is coming
Yeah,
to. Okay.
they have just kind of absorbed some of the ambient magical aura from it. It might have some kind of effect on them, such as, maybe they're healthier, or maybe it's affected their lifespan, either positively or negatively, or maybe they have good night vision now. You can't be sure without long-term observation, but from what little you can tell, it's just kind of a passive. It's rubbed off just because how long they hang out with it.
Okay, that is a fair point. Okay.
And in its current state, assuming nobody fucks with it, it's relatively benign, but
Okay. So from that, Olhas will kind of get back up from the stance, give a bow at the Ur stone. You said it was Ur's stone. Ur's rock. Ur's rock. Turn to. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ur's rock. Earth's rock. And say to the party, well, it's not inherently harmful at the moment.
Really?
Yes, it's it might be. It doesn't the player has to think of it. Okay.
Take your time.
Yeah.
There's a lot to process there.
Yeah. It is something called an Earth's rock. Left as it is, where it is basically inert, it just does nothing. It might be affecting the villagers in some way, however, I wouldn't know unless we reacted with them, but there's nothing inherently bad going on. But if it were to react, would it be fair to say, Tristan, that it would be fairly devastating? Would that be a fair way of putting it?
If you inadvertently cause it to react, based on the amount you're seeing, it would be, again, relatively devastating. Again, you're looking like somewhere between a second level spell and a third level and a fourth level spell. So you're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood, if you had to ballpark it mechanically, somewhere in the neighborhood to 3 to 8d6 damage within a 10 to 30 foot radius.
Mm-hmm. And considering the altar itself it seems to be 30 feet in the air, it's relatively actually well kept, so it's the most harm it can do is to anyone who would be near it when it reacts. Other than that, it does nothing.
I'd say in its current position, you're probably more worried about collateral damage, such as falling trees or the island that it's on getting damaged, than you are the actual detonation.
Yeah. That is true. And with that, so again, nothing inherently evil about it. Is anyone reacting to us after doing the little performance?
No,
Just curious.
Some of them seem to give you approving glances that you seem to have in some way shown reverence for their deity. Most of them are, people are still kind of tugging and guiding you in, at this point, random directions. Like, everybody seems to want a little bit of your attention. Most of the people, however, are either going about their daily business, getting foods to the huts or whatever, or engaging in active worship of the totem.
Right.
The most obvious thing odd here, aside from the language, is this totem. I can sneak around it and see if there's any symbols related to the coin outside of the rather kaiju-like drawings that I already noticed on it.
Doesn't really require that much sneaking from what you can tell. And again, people are all around it already. So you could probably walk the perimeter of it without arousing suspicion, if you wanted to do that.
I'll walk around then. I just want to see if there's like at a different angle, if it reveals like a coin being a part of the totem, or a drawing of it, maybe as like a forehead piece to one of these depicted animals or something.
Okay, you're trying to study it, trying to find something on it, or intuit. Let's go with a wisdom-based investigation.
I wish you luck.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh!
You don't see any coin. You do see, of what you're able to deduce, it seems to be a pantheon type structure. Lowest, or most, either lowest in the total in the power level, or most evil at the bottom, and then working their way up. It's kind of hard to tell because like the demonic visages and stuff are just kind of all randomly mixed in there with everything, so it's kind of hard to tell who's on what's end of the spectrum, and especially since you don't know much about these people to know what they revere. There are a couple creatures in there that, while not heartless that you guys have seen, do have similar like traits in the roundness of the body or the shape of the eyes, where they might have been at one point an interpretation of a heartless type creature. But again, not one you have seen before. And
Right.
most of them just seem to be either typical aesthetics that one might associate with primitive depictures of like celestial beings or deities or monsters and demons. Again, no reference to a coin.
Okay.
And whoever did craft of this was really trying to capture. You can really see their reverence and passion for the depicted beings in their craft.
Well, it looks like a great holy man must have crafted this.
Either a great holy man or a very pious one.
I'll take several steps away.
Hello?
I guess I'll have to beware of the sacrilege over here.
There we go. Tom Cruise is taking off.
But I'm wondering, what if we just bring one of the coins we're looking for here and see if there's a reaction? Unless you guys have investigated other things while I was looking at the Holy Totem.
Nope.
Well, I'm out. I get back to the boat to get a coin, and if you encounter anything while I'm gone, I still have that sending stone. You send me a message.
Right. Though, I think if people here, we can hypothetically just show off our little trick and see if they have something. I learned how to use a little bit of card magic back. Little actual sleight of hand magician at some point.
Oh, that's
So I could try presenting the coin in a way of showing that it is in line with whatever they worship.
I wouldn't think we'd have to integrate it into any kind of.
Oh, nothing such as integrating. More of, you have to understand, as a paladin, sometimes visions come.
Okay, well, you've been kind of the big brain of this operation from the get-go in terms of knowledge and stuff. So I'll take your word on those tactics.
That's considering if it works, that is. Okay.
I'll go retrieve a coin. A piece of 8.
One of the piece. Actually, you may not. Well, no, that's probably a good thing. Never mind. Because it's like, oh, I could just use prestidigitation. I'm like, no, that does crude versions of it. We need fairly
Yeah, minor
decent.
illusion.
No, because I knew that I needed to use get as many quote unquote buff spells as I could. This character is meant to support others, and I'll be damned if he doesn't try.
Okay. Well, is anyone doing anything while I'm going to get the coins, or rather?
Well, nobody said anything to me, so I have no clue.
Because I figure it takes me time to do this.
That's fine. I was waiting for you to finish, and I assumed I wanted Vicini to have a thing, because I imagine she isn't just sitting idly by.
Vicini is probably eating food.
Even though you don't need to.
I don't need to, but we can still taste food, right?
Yeah,
we just don't need to eat.
You'll note that your sense of taste has dulled, but it is still present.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna eat the food. I'm like, I'm gonna say they offered it to us. I'm gonna eat it.
The burger's not juicy
I
enough.
think everybody's just standing around staring at this totem pole with the glowing rock going, what do we do about this? Meanwhile, in the background, you see Vizzini chowing down as people seemingly are lined up in front of her, bringing her an endless train of food.
Yeah.
Hulk like clam chowder.
What?
Is the clam chowder radioactive? That can't be good.
I knew I couldn't trust clam chowder. I knew I couldn't trust you.
Goddamn New England food.
You made Timmy Carnade do this, you sons of bitches. I don't know. I apologize, just...
You're fine.
Oh god,
But yeah,
you guys are dictating the pace of the session at this point, so do what you want with it.
Alhas... But yeah, Alhas will just be considering his, like, how to, quote-unquote, perform this. It's like, okay, done the thing, because as a somewhat religious man, he does respect these people. Hey, these could be legitimate, like, religious symbols. So it's like, okay, can't make fun of it, but still have to play a little into it. Okay.
Alright, well, while you're contemplating your presentation, and Vicini is trying to eat them out of house and home, Alamar runs down to the
house and home.
rows back to the boat, rows back to the ship and back. Counting time it took you guys to approach the island in the first place and all that. You'll get back probably mid to late afternoon.
Okay.
Because, you guys spotted it in the morning, but it took you a little while to get within range. So you're looking, we'll call it 4 or 5 o'clock. Based on your observations over the last few days, sundown is probably within the next couple hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we'll turn into something at night.
Okay. So, so Alhas would have been able to come up with his scheme. Well, vision scheme, or something. I don't know. But he would also go, while letting Almer have his time, he would go around the village naturally and just walk around with everyone.
Walking around the village, you get a general sense of their, social political structure, for want of a better term. The further away from the mainland the residents, the seemingly more powerful within the social structure the person seems to be, with the chieftain and the head priest, and you're not sure who the other one hut is, possibly the head hunter or something, being the huts on that final island furthest out to sea.
Okay, so to make sure I'm understanding, the farther you are, okay, so the farther from,
huts,
yep, middle class,
upper class.
Okay, closer to the mainland, and I imagine the mainland is more bountiful and such.
Yeah, the chieftain's
next.
hut being the one up here at the highest point on the island.
Is there
Both overlooking the village and possibly serving as a watchtower or protective influence against the wrath of the sea.
Of course. Makes sense. Is there any iconography or artistry that Allhouse takes notice of besides, I imagine, some religious symbols?
There's the odd religious icon, a lot of like animal totem tree,
Mhm.
carved shells, that dyed hides, that kind of thing. A lot of beading in
A lot
various
of
colors
beading,
and
you said?
significance. Beading, beads.
Oh, beading. Hmm.
There seems to be a lot of color in the village, mostly different shades of green.
Like on the rock.
Mhm. You also, have time to note the beginning of the hunting parties of the day returning, and that seemingly you'll note that before distributing the food to the village, it seems to have to be brought before the altar.
To bless the food, okay.
Or irradiate it.
Mm.
Okay. Getting a feel for the culture and such, okay. Okay. I think I have it. Whenever,
Okay,
unless anyone else wants to do a thing.
Matt, David went back to the boat for a little bit to grab one of the coins to see if the villagers had ever seen it before. That's going to take him a little while. Is there anything you'd like to do in the intervening hour or two it would take him to get there and back?
Going to. How? I don't know. Sorry, I had stuff come up and it's jostled me.
You're fine. As long as there's any like short rest powers or anything you want to mess with,
Oh no,
that might help
no
you.
short. See, I know what I would be doing if Sierra's character was here. I'd be like making tag play with the kids. But yeah, I'm just kind of standing back and observing.
Okay, in which case you'll get a lot of the stuff I just explained to Greg, assuming you heard it. Getting an idea of like where the important people in town live, how their lives seem to work, day-to-day religious rituals, like making sure that killed game or fruits and the bounties that are brought in for the day are placed before the statue for blessing before being distributed to the people.
Okay.
And then, like I said, about an hour or two before sundown, Alamar returns with the coin.
Okay. So, you guys find anything good?
Oh, just observing. There doesn't inherently seem to be anything pointing towards the coin, not that I've seen.
You also get the sense that they're very happy people.
Very joyous folk. I envy them a little. You could say I am almost green with envy. But but anyways.
So,
From what
has there been any power structure found here?
Besides, most of the chief, those of quote unquote higher class, are usually on the mount in the mainland on the far side, mostly because it's more bountiful with food and such. The chieftain's tower seems to be both a defensive area where they live.
I guess before then talking to these guys, maybe we should talk to and show the coin to the upper crust first.
Talking how?
Well, again, just because these guys are talking gibberish doesn't mean that the elder sage kinds will. And they might have a better idea about this coin than the run-of-the-mill fellows.
A fair point. During Olhas's, and I imagine also Locke's or Raven's kind of exploration, and probably Vasene's as well, did we see anyone who seemed to be a sage, a witch doctor, any kind of sense?
Yeah, from what due to your experiences, you saw somebody who probably would fit the witch doctor category in the sense that he was covered in furs and had like an animal skull type hood, big horns on big like antlers type things sewn into the cowl. Carried a staff. Was spending a lot of time with a large, well-built gentleman that was covered in many beads and feathers. If you had to hazard a guess, he would probably either be the leader of the hunt or the chieftain.
Okay. With that being said, I guess we will approach them, since Ulmer does present a good point of they would be the ones who most likely have an idea outside of the quote-unquote regular folk of a piece of regular importance.
Okay, let's go see how friendly this friendliness lasts then if we head towards the upper crust.
Okay.
Right. Righto. So yes, we'll head up there.
Make your way up there. Take you about, between travel time and whatnot, take you about 10, 20 minutes to locate the individual in question. He's, again, still with what you would hazard to guess to be the shaman of the village.
Alhas will during the time, if there was any kind of greeting to the witch doctor of any sort, like essentially a gesture of bowing or something like that, he would perform that to them.
When you first landed, you saw something that might have been some form of greeting gesture, but you really haven't seen much since.
Mm-hmm. Oh, to the witch doctor specifically.
Yeah,
if people approached him.
Nobody's been doing the equivalent of tipping their hat or anything to him as they pass him.
Okay. So I imagine we go to the witch doctor. Alhas will kind of splay his hands open and do a small bow. Does Olimer still have the coin?
David.
I'm sorry, what?
Greg was talking to you.
Sorry.
Do you still have the coin?
Yeah.
Uh,
Am I boring you that much? You slept all day and you're still tired?
No, it's not you. It really isn't.
No. It's that you will approach the two of them and you'll make your bow gesture, and they will give you a nod in return.
Olimer will, or doggone! What is with my brain? Oh, that pre-game nap did not help me.
I'll trade that to make this bout of sleepiness go away, because I did not mean to do that just now.
Whew, okay. Alhas will take a breath, and when he opens his eyes, using thaumaturgy, his eyes will glow somewhat green, and gesture for Elmer to bring forth to present the coin.
Coin. Oh, the coin.
The two will take a cautious stance.
And with some hand gestures, in using prestidigitation, Alhas will with some sleight of hand and flourishing will create 8 similar coin or 7 similar coins in his hand, also glowing green, and will and attempt to convey, have they seen it? Or essentially he's trying to go through hand motions of have you seen
Yeah.
it? Like,
make me a charisma-based investigation at disadvantage.
completely fair. Okay.
The way he said it, he was like, totally fair.
What is going on?
Yes! Bill 20 likes you. You're the chosen one.
I do not understand.
I don't understand you.
Okay. Let me look at you quizzically for a moment. Look at the coin. The buff one of the pair kind of reaches out, giving almost like a gimme gesture.
This is your plan.
With reverence, Olimar. Well, I think Olimar has the coin still. So.
Hold, please.
Hello? Hi, how you doing?
I don't know if I'm doing okay or not.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're on a phone call of some sort, and I hope they're okay.
I figured as much. I assume that they are.
So how you doing?
Pretty decent.
How you doing, Big Boy?
So far, so good.
Excellent.
I'll say pretty decent day so far.
Did you have a good Father's Day, sir?
Pretty chill, yeah.
By the way, happy Father's Day to you, sir. Also, I will definitely be telling Sam the terrible thing you said about her.
Yeah, it would be kind of funny.
How dare you, sir? But yeah, she's dying. I believe last I talked to her, she's thinking of dyeing it black. I'm like, hey, cool.
It will go well for her.
Oh yeah, I also on a side note, I enjoy Vicini. She is a very just kind of nice character, just like, yeah, I'm honest. I want to do the thing. Okay.
And the thing usually kind of works.
Yeah, especially in Neverland. No, yeah, Neverland. No, not Neverland. Wonderland. Thank you. Yeah, especially in Wonderland, like the whole thing of, and why is he wearing white? I'm like, holy shit, he right.
Like, totally works. I totally didn't expect that to work. I was like, oh yeah, it's just bullshit.
Here I was trying to play the fake court, but you're just going to be like, then why why aren't you wearing red?
I'm kind of wondering what we were actually supposed to notice. That was supposed to get us out of there. I kind of feel that we end up like bypassing and missing something.
Wonderland was odd as shit.
Well, it was supposed to be odd as shit.
It's Wonderland.
At least it wasn't Underland.
No, but since you're working on this name, it was Dungeonland.
That I can get with.
Literally, that's what we. That's what,
that was the Dungeonland module.
That was the Dungeonland module, along with the Beyond the Magic Mirror extension.
Oh boy, we had the DLC too? Cool.
Yep. Gave you both.
Aw, you're getting spoiled. Thank you. But everything good?
Yeah, Mom wanted to give a call and say hi. She's been feeling emotionally down, and she didn't say deranged. She said
Depressed?
no, it wasn't depressed. I don't want to go as far as to say dementia-y, but just like really kind of like a little out of touch. Like, according to her, she's been trying to get in touch with me for days.
Oh, hell no.
You know, that
I've been keeping track of the phone.
Yeah, it's like that kind of... I only had like one missed call that I can recall from the hospital, and that was at 10 in the morning when I had fallen asleep at 5 that that morning. So,
Mm. Mm.
so and she's not necessarily just from an emotional standpoint. She's concerned that people don't love her and stuff like that.
Mm.
And
No way.
she's been sick. Like she's been quote being a bit sick.
Oh, I mean, yeah, she is sick technically.
Yeah. Well, she still has a pulmonary edema.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to visit her tomorrow after I'm through with work stuff.
Okay. I do hope she's doing okay.
Yeah. Like she she sounded kind of out of it, but she was talking like wanting people to visit, and if she's able to like move out or something, still have people visit. She's not wanting to lose contact with people. It's like she has the sense that she's drifting away from people and doesn't want that.
Mm.
But I also know they're giving her anti-anxiety drugs, so I don't quite know how that's affecting her mentality.
Right. It is. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, I explained to her that ortho is, as I understand it, keeping tabs on her medical progress and will approach her about the prosthetics once the amputation area itself is healed and the staples have been removed and stuff like that. As I understand it, she's still being fed intravenous antibiotics. I'm not sure what they're doing for the edema.
What they can do about that. I mean, I'd say embolism is blood thinners. I'm not sure about the edema.
For what it's worth, man, I hope it goes well.
I hope so too. Thank you.
You got a blanket?
Yeah.
Go check your mother.
I've been concerned about her, mental, her mental/emotional state.
Right.
And at the same time, I don't want to be necessarily drawn into conversations that'll bring her down. Like the entire thing of, it's not that we don't want you back home, it's that we're concerned about our ability to take care of you while you are at home. There's a difference.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily come across that way when you're on the receiving end.
Yeah. It is. I don't want to take us down a particularly down path because, but like Grandma had Alzheimer's, so yeah, I understand that battle to a degree.
Oh, that is rough.
Yeah, I didn't really get to see it because I was rather young and didn't really interact with that much, but it was rough.
Yeah, been through that. Not fun.
But yeah, you have my support, and I hope it all goes well, man.
Thank you, I appreciate that, I really do.
Thanks. Chieftain has asked for the, seemingly asked for the coin.
Yeah, I believe Olimer has it.
Yeah, here you go. I'll offer it.
He'll take it. He'll examine it. Turn it over in his hand a little bit. Bring it up real close to his face and feel along it. Give a solemn nod. And then, return the coin to you and give a gesture as if to follow.
Okay. Alhas will take down the glowing green eyes. Oh, yes, we shall. I shall follow at least. Don't know about the others.
I'll follow as well. I suppose it would be a little threatening if I just had my bow out to my side on standby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, but also don't forget, we can summon them very quickly. So.
Well, yeah, but I only bring that up because my rapid shot feat, it's been ruled that I have to have the
weapon.
weapon out.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah. Because I wasn't sure if the ability to summon it would bypass that or not. Apparently it doesn't. So, but yeah, because these guys haven't exactly been mean or anything. I'm just not quite sure where we're going.
Completely fair.
He'll lead you up towards his hut.
Oh, okay then.
Gesture for you to follow him inside.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein he will go over to a series of baskets and primitive crate-like objects, start rifling through them, and come up with a coin of his own.
Olhas will again try to gesture if he is willing to part with it, and if so, if there's anything he can do.
Let's call it persuasion at disadvantage.
Okay.
I do have a question concerning this gesture-like communication. Could performance work from the standpoint of, because that covers not just oratory, as I understand it, it covers acting and miming and stuff?
You could also attempt with performance would be kind of to convey the idea, but then I'd need the social check to give you an idea of how persuasive or deceptive you actually are.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's and therefore would have a separate DC.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I assume that means there's a guidance in there you didn't declare.
Hmm?
I see a D4. There a guidance?
Oh
in
no,
there that
it's
was not mentioned?
persuasion. No. It's part of persuasion.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You have your bard
check of
thing.
traits.
Oh, is
Yep,
it
check of
general?
traits.
Yeah.
Yep, check of traits. And
Ooh, that turned out really nice. It's amazing how much of an abyss you can create when you turn the map background black.
Yes.
In darkness you will despair.
See derp face GM here.
D3.
I was like, D3. Oh, you son of a bitch. I had this complex formula. I just done a D3. You son of a.
Hmm?
David was trying to program a macro, and he was doing like this complex if then else type shit. And I was like, and then when he explained what he was trying to do, I was like, couldn't you just have it roll a D3? Shut up. I was like, you're trying to generate like one of 3 results, and you're trying to do it with this complex if then else. It's like, can't you just roll a random D3 and have it be, one is assigned this result to it?
I know that feeling so much. It's like, shit.
Because he's like, he's been working on it for like days, can't get the code to work, and I'm just like, a D3?
So at this point, it's kind of like saying use the KISS method.
Yeah. It is literally the KISS
Yeah.
method.
It's just like
Yeah.
D3, man, D3.
Yeah. If I've learned anything during game dev, it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Whoa.
I put you at the chieftain's hut because you guys didn't.
Okay. I just saw the machine and went whoosh.
Yeah, don't panic. I'm just putting you where you are.
It's like abyss. Oh no, wait. Okay, no abyss.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a passive insight on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Which I need to double check your sheet for that real fast. Your insight is okay, so it'd be effectively a 16. Okay. He seems to understand, the idea of what you're asking, but he doesn't seem like he wants to part with it for free.
Okay.
Okay, that is fair. As part of it, seeing that, and maybe conveying, he would again try to gesture if there is a item or something to do in return for it.
He's looking at you somewhat inquisitively. You know, the best impression would be
well,
what you got.
That is fair. I believe Walmer was going to say something.
No, I was, the player was anticipating a roll to convey something, so I was going to ask if I could assist, but no roll was called for. So.
Well, since this is coming off the previous,
Yeah.
as like between his passive insight and what he asked, you know, I'm feeding him what, you know. I say when he goes into the actual negotiation phase, there will be another role that you could try assisting with, depending on what you're trying to do. But at the moment, you're at the okay. This is what I have that you want. What you got? From what you have observed so far, the culture seems to be revolving a lot around, again, like art, stuff that has drifted ashore that might have caught their attention. Because a lot of the village seems to be made from, you know, either natural occurring materials or materials salvaged, you know, from shipwrecks that might have washed ashore, like the mast.
Okay, what about like the rabbit's fur talisman or the bloodstone?
I can't recall. Does the bloodstone have any particular thing to it?
This is the part where everybody starts diving through the loot crate.
Yeah, pretty much.
And a painted glass puzzle box because of the kind of things that they appear to like. It looks like we have a lot of options to go through. Wait.
I recommend giving him all your potions of healing.
Wait.
You don't need those, do you?
No, I hadn't said I've been doing that, so I don't actually have it. Never mind.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was thinking, could I have pictures of our items on my phone? But I haven't said I've been taking pictures of it, so...
Ooh, I think I know. Since they like art, we could offer the carved wooden miniature tree.
Let me confirm that's not the one Sierra... No, I'm thinking of the other game.
Yeah, she calls dibs on. She had called dibs on gems. I don't think anyone has.
No, but there was a one of the games had like a tree or something that that Sierra called dibs on. That I think that's Ladrina.
Yeah, the statue that you can source stuff in.
Yeah, that was Ladrina. Okay,
yeah.
So the carved miniature wooden tree is an option.
The iron statuette of a water tea set could also be a thing.
I think throwing in the puzzle box would also be a nice thing as a kind of like
Puzzle
bonus.
box.
Yeah, painted glass puzzle box.
Where is that?
Other.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Above
It's just I was
the-
trying to find it. Okay. Yeah, so so maybe the puzzle box and the wooden miniature tree.
Okay.
I love how you guys are going through this complex negotiation for something that has the value of 1 gold piece.
Hey.
As like you're currently trying to give him 50 gold for 1 gold.
And now, and maybe valued at 1 gold piece, but to our hearts it has far more value.
I get it. I'm just loving the, especially considering what all of them are worth together. It's just kind of funny. It's like, how many gold worth of crap can we throw at the guy to get this 1 gold piece back?
Actually, how about this? He'll offer the carved wooden tree, and if that isn't enough, he'll offer the puzzle box as well.
Okay, so you're starting with the tree. Another persuasion check, obviously with disadvantage due to the language barrier. If there's any guidance or assistances, that would be meant to speak now.
I would like to assist.
How are you assisting?
I would like to assist via performance for the idea of getting like concepts and information about what it is we're trading across for his persuasion.
Okay, make me a performance check, and we will see if it's enough to get him the assist bonus.
Okay.
As you get your Vanna White hands on.
And I shall do guidance on myself.
Okay.
There we go. What the?
Oof.
I'm gonna roll this again just to see what it'll roll.
Greg took all the good rolls. That's what.
Apparently.
See, look at this.
Yep.
There we go.
Ow.
The 8 stands, but still.
Okay. Thankfully, he was already at disadvantage, so you can't fuck up the message any more than is already being fucked up. I can't give him. I'm not going to give him double disadvantage,
Mm-hmm.
but I am going to spike the DC a little bit
Okay, that
due to being confusing.
makes perfect sense.
You are literally sending mixed signals.
I'm that half-assed, half-paid intern.
Persuasion, you said,
Yes.
yes? Okay.
There it is again.
As said, I am.
Now where's the proficiency die?
Oh,
That is the proficiency
Oh,
die.
right. I thought that was your guidance that you declared that one.
Nope. I roll guidance.
I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this shit. Come on. Come on, do it!
See, I think he's gaming the odds. He could have just rolled 2d4, but he's rolling the d4s individually, therefore it increases his odds. Okay. He seems a little skeptical, but is willing to go along with it. You get the feeling he might be kind of compromising his perceived value, but he's intrigued enough by what you're offering that he's willing to go along with it.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. If that is the case, I will, on one hand, offer. How big is this thing? It's like.
The tree.
Yeah.
Bonsai
I'd say it's like a bonsai tree.
Okay, so it can offer it in one hand and then offer the other hand to kind of trade, as it were.
And he will set his coin on the ground between you and take a step back. Seemingly waiting for you to do the same.
Yep. He will do. All hosts will do the same.
He then
Put
proceeds
down
to
the
start
card.
circling to the right, maintaining the same distance until he is on the side you started on,
Okay.
and then starts moving at a slow enough pace that he seems to be waiting for you to do the same, so that you guys can complete the exchange at the same time.
Of course. All hosts will mimic the gesture. The individual. This is rather nice. It's like, makes sense to me.
He will
Yeah,
then
so
offer
he
up
will-
hold the tree up to you in thanks, and move to set it in his little stash.
All hosts will hold up the coin, also in thanks. And then smile like others. See? Pretty.
Huh. Man, I was paranoid for nothing.
Shh, don't say that yet. I'm a bard, I'm genre savvy. Don't say that yet.
and then after you leave the hut, the sky turns red, and waves start churning.
What are you doing now?
I guess bow to the elder and depart his hovel, his
Okay.
home.
You'll make your respects and wish to leave known. He will acknowledge you, and he will leave the hut. You are now outside the hut.
Okay.
1 piece of 8 up.
Woo! Does anyone else want to do anything? Because otherwise, these people seem pretty just happy doing their thing. I don't want to interfere more than I've already have.
I actually would like to poke around on an off chance.
For...
Do they have a bazaar?
Ohas, at this point, you've basically seen the entire village. Commerce doesn't really seem to be their thing. Most of the, it seems to be all things are done for the community. Like, the hunters go out and bring back food, and gatherers bring back stuff for the community versus individual homes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might notice like a craftsman, like somebody who's really good with beads, might be trading some, another trade beads for like leather work or something. But
Yeah, but it's more like just straight up barter.
yeah, I was like, I happen to be
Yeah,
good at beads. You're good at leather. I need new leather to fix my roof. Can we swap? Kind of
Yeah, yeah. All Haas would be like, they don't have a market. It's just straight barter.
It's some would even say it's almost communist in how much it is community based versus economy based.
In that case, considering how these people are, would the crew be okay with the idea of leaving 3 potions of healing here as a gift of sorts? I know there must be times when these people suffer some form of likely weather-related injuries or ailments.
That seems good. All we have to do is just not get injured.
I understand where your heart is. Well, that is a difficult choice to make because we can't exactly keep heading to port. We only have so many. I imagine we only have so many days. Resources for us could be rather scarce.
True. I just don't normally encounter people this nice.
Oh, we haven't really. Actually, during the time, did Oha see that the witch doctor had a healing kit of some sort?
You didn't see something that you would identify as a healing kit, but based on your experiences, you would hazard a guess that he probably is some sort of shaman or druid, which means he probably has access to some sort of healing magic.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything we can really do for these people besides
save the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They seem to remember, Oliver, we can only influence so much. Saving. Who knows what will happen, but yeah, saving this world is the best we can do.
Right, I guess we should head off then. To the next.
I believe at that point, by the side of it, unless anyone else wants to do anything, we're all kind of just gonna row back to shore. Or row back to the ship. Or attack to.
See, based on how long that would have taken. Yeah, you guys will be leaving the island right around sundown.
All Haas for flavor wise, before leaving the shore, as we're all kind of packing up, we'll kind of give a prayer to any of the fae of this realm, or just to the green and such, and say, let the light continue to shine on this place in the midst of all this darkness. Essentially blessing the island and the people on it.
You make it back to the Dutch Streaker, and as you start sailing away, the last things you hear coming from the island would sound like the most joyous and raucous party you have ever heard.
Nice.
Yay? I don't know what to do with this information.
It's like, people visited, yes!
Outsiders have come to us, yes! Or we finally got rid of that damn dirty coin!
The symbol of death and oppression is gone!
Congratulations, you avoided the combat/pitfall encounter of that island?
Oh, there was one. Okay. Was it a kraken or some such?
No.
Okay.
It was just insulting the people, I imagine.
It was either fucking with the rock or sticking around till nightfall.
I was wondering if there was going to be a night-related thing.
Yeah, you kept saying night. I'm like, huh.
I was tracking the time.
Yeah. Might we know what would have happened? I'm
I'm
curious.
guessing wares.
That would make sense, especially with all the totems and such.
They're freaking from, what was it, Werewolf the Apocalypse, from World of Darkness?
If nothing else, it would have challenged y'all's humanities scores.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Because if they're being compelled.
So it really was wares, or
Not where specifically, but the islanders mutate after dark as a result of exposure to the rock.
Ah!
They become these like almost Lovecraftian, like crazed feral beasts. They're loving every minute of whatever they're doing. It says they actually get happier the more when they transform, but they just tend to maul everything in sight.
even each other?
Even each other. But the rock prevents them from dying. They just immediately regenerate.
Huh.
It's just weird.
Huh.
It's like...
So basically, you would have had to either destroy the rock and thus end them,
Or just run away.
and try to outrun them.
Well, if we destroy the rock, it'll explode.
Oh god, it's like one of the many horror island movies.
Exactly.
It's like,
It's like they're perfectly nice during the day, and they're still trying to be nice after dark. They're just so crazed that...
Wait, it's Cannibal Ferox. Or,
it's Bloodborne!
or
The
the
hunt will come under the pale blood moon.
But you guys, despite the language barrier, you guys were able to, negotiate your way around it. So you got out.
Yeah.
You got out just in time.
Whew.
we are the smart.
High five, guys.
What language barrier?
I was actually kind of looking forward to that one, just because I haven't really had much chance to challenge your humanity scores.
Which is completely fair. Whew, that would have.
It's kind of
Cool.
hard, it's kind of annoying to be you're constantly at threat of turning more and more into animals, and then I never get a reason to challenge your scores, so you guys aren't actually at threat of losing humanity. So
It is good to challenge, but it's like
good on
it just
y'all.
kind of. Though, admittedly, I think this speaks to it. It's just like, no, we just kind of keep on our own lane and.
That's like, if you keep
stay
on like
here.
this, you guys could actually live on forever as nobodies. You don't actually have the risk of turning into husks.
Depending on how things go.
Yeah. So yeah, that leaves you with 3 more pieces of 8 left to get.
I like the fact that each session, even when there was a delay in this, it's still a piece of 8 a session.
Well, yeah, but most of these islands are only a page or 2 long.
Oh, I agree, but
So, assuming you guys don't do something completely off the rails, a 3 to 4 hour session is enough to clear them.
Yeah, but I don't think I need to remind you about the 2 paragraphs.
Yeah. Well, I'm accounting for that because this is actually, all 8 pieces are supposed to be able to gotten in one shot. This is supposed to be a one shot, and you guys are averaging about 3 to 4 hours an island.
Huh.
Because you guys are actually doing a role play and stuff, whereas one shots usually just assume you go in and get right back out.
That's true.
Kill the villagers! Kill the barbarians!
Which is why I'm usually assuming 1 island per session, which is why at this point you guys in theory have 3 to 5, 4 to 5 sessions left in this game, because 3 more islands plus the final dungeon, which I'm guessing is probably going to take 2 sessions, but between the boss fights and everything.
Okay.
Understandable. But yeah, this is nice. Good game.
And I've already
Thank
started
you,
working on
Tris.
the next campaign, assuming people are interested in doing another round with me.
I mean, yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
I know you are,
I
David.
believe
You're forever GM. You're like anybody who runs it.
Oh yeah, I'd probably be willing. It's just that I might have to maybe go a few less RPGs because I'm getting a little burnt out and thinking about hashing out basically the placebo effect thing, hashing out more of like, okay, here's what I was really thinking, so maybe it might appeal more, so the two forever GMs don't have to forever GM for once. Should that appeal to everybody at least?
Okay.
If you are making a reference to Firebrand, I will say yes.
No, placebo effect
it is not
is
fun.
D6 Mass Effect.
Oh, placebo effect. Oh, I remember. Okay, yeah, that works.
Or some kind of variation thereof. I'm thinking about using a D6, but
I know we have it in
still
D6, and I have it in 5e.
Yeah, I'm kind of messing with what kind of system would best go for it, and what kind of, because it isn't necessarily Mass Effect, but it's the closest thing I can put forth. Yeah, I may take another look at OVA to see if it's okay, and if people are like, oh, this seems cool.
I don't mind learning new systems. I just don't have, unfortunately, as much of a drive like I used to completely and utterly memorize a system in a day like I used to be able to.
Oh, completely fair, but